very warm good evening to our viewers. Welcome to the Evening Review Show. I'm your host, Matthias Aufiko. Well, the past weekend has culminated into what some expected and some didn't expect as far as the NUDO Congress is concerned. Of course, that Indaba was eventually called off after several delays due to outside bickering by some of the factions. And of course, then the party leadership opted to rather call off the entire event. We're joined in studio tonight by the Secretary General of the party, Mr. Joseph Kauandenge, just to give us a brief update and a roadmap forward as to what's next after last weekend's happenings. And what did you make of it? Is it something you expected?
Well, in congresses, anything is expected. You can expect anything. Mm-hmm. But from my part, really, I thought we have done everything that was supposed to be done by my office as a chief administrator of the party and by the leadership as a whole to make sure that we have a credible Congress. Mm-hmm. Because this time it was not a Kauandenge show. Mm-hmm. We had a Congress organizing committee in place as well with its chairman and others that were in that Congress organizing committee that was tasked with the logistics of the Congress. Yeah. So I expected the Congress to go smoothly and whoever comes in, win, get elected, we rally behind that specific person. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, it turned out the other way around. Yeah.
So Mr. Kauandenge, there's been so much friction and bickering in the run-up, the weeks and months before Congress. Would you say, as the leadership, you've done enough to attend to these concerns, which some people claim could have perhaps avoided what happened on Saturday?
Well, for starters, I want to put the record straight before coming to your question that there are some that are saying, and especially Mr. Barry Rukoro, who has been on your program, who said categorically with the full confidence that he had that we did not have a Congress master list for the delegates. Now, I don't know what is this, because this, what I'm having here, is a Congress official delegate master list 2024 NUDO Congress. Right. If you turn the last page, and in fact, if you look at this, and you can look it, this document, there are two signatures on the document. It's mine, and it's the one of the Congress Organizing Committee chairperson, who was Honorable Hukura, the constituency councillor for Omatako. So when I handed over this from my office to the chairperson of the Congress Organizing Committee, that was to showcase that we are ready for the Congress to start, right? Yeah. And if you turn at the last page, you will see that there are 759 delegates that we were expected to be in that Congress. Yeah. So let there not be illusions, really, that the leadership of this party was not prepared to hold a Congress. Even if you see here, these are name tags, right? Mine and someone else of also that was supposed to be in that Congress. So you cannot make these name tags without a master list. Now, for those that are saying the leadership is to be blamed for the fiasco that happened there, the Congress didn't even start, right? Yeah. The Congress should start. The reports alluded to that we were not having reports to present to the Congress. How did they know this without the Congress have, even started, to say the least? So our contention is that from the side of the party, now to come back to your question, from the side of the party and the party leadership, we did everything within our powers to make sure that the Congress goes out smoothly. Naturally, what happened when you go to a Congress is that this list is there, and every delegate that comes in must be vetted against this list to make sure that his or her name is on the master list. Yeah. And once they are inside the hall, the leadership comes, they open the Congress, deliberation starts, and this did not even happen. So who is to be blamed now? Is it the leadership or those that were causing this chaos outside? And Mr. Rukoro in particular, who brought the whole Katutura actually to the venue everybody that was not even on this list now demanding to get into the Congress in order to elect him as NUDO president.
But how do you know they were not on the list? I thought you said the proceedings has not commenced.
Well, the proceedings have not commenced. But as a Secretary General of the party, you will know what is and who's who in this list.
Yeah.
Because we know each other, right? So now if you see 300 people standing there, some of the faces that you know, they are not even delegates to the Congress. What are they doing there?
Yeah.
Yes. So my contention, therefore, is that we we were prepared to go on with a Congress procedurally, but unfortunately, it was not allowed to happen.
Yeah.
Yes. So, to your question, I think we have done everything possible within our powers to make sure that the Congress proceed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some have also spoken on the issue of security at the venue, because there's been assertions that if the organizing committee could not ensure sufficient security for the Congress to take place, was there even security for the delegates who then attended the convention?
Well, there is one institution in this country that one has to go to as a registered political party, especially when you have your Congress, and that is the Namibian Police. And I want really to put it categorically very clear here that the Namibian Police, as far as I'm concerned, have disappointed us as leaders of this party. For whatever reasons, I don't know. Because prior to the Congress, we had on social media slogans like "No Barry, no Congress." We had social media posts that says everybody must go to Ramatex so long as they are NUDO members, and no police will remove them without a court order. This came from the chief campaign manager of Barry Rukoro on social media. So we alerted the police when we read this to say, Namibian Police, we are going to have a Congress. From these social media, videos and whatnot, we are deducting that there might be attempts deliberately to disrupt this Congress. Can we please have your protection at the Congress so that we can continue, so that leadership can be elected as they are supposed to be elected? A week before the Congress, the top leadership of this party had a meeting with the minister himself, Minister Kauandenge, the Inspector General of the Namibian Police, the regional commander of the Commerce region, the ED of that ministry, and the deputy minister of that ministry. It's on record, and I'm putting it on record here. They will never deny that we had such a meeting, where we categorically asked them, after writing a letter to them on the 19th of June, to say, please, we anticipate routiness, chaos, because we can deduct from this what these people are saying they are going to do at the Congress. It was a surprise to me on that day that there were only 2 police officers there. I called the station chief, the station commander of the Ochomiste station. I called the regional commander to say, can we have reinforcement after we heard what is happening on the ground, so that we can please help us to remove these people from the premises, let them go stand in the queue as they are supposed to do, let them enter based on the master list, and so that we can start the Congress. The answer of the police was that no, we have a code, and whatever we follow, we cannot just remove people just like that from the premises. There is no violence at the time. Maybe people, if there is violence, and I said, but if there is bloodshed, then that's the only time when you really intervene. We are not asking you to touch people or whatever. We are asking you to help us remove this crowd, so that at least we can start the Congress. The police promised to send reinforcement. They did not.
Yeah.
And by the night, there was a fracas there where 2 youngsters came in, took a stone and started trying to open the lock on the venue door that was locked at the time. So we thought that, given that we did not have the police protection, and something that I told our party leadership that we must seriously take it up with the Namibian police as to why did they fail us on Saturday, really. You know, because the police, Namibian police, failed us as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And I can tell this directly to Chief Inspector Shikongo that they really failed us, honestly, to the core.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is it with this Barry Rukoro issue that's refusing to die down? What is so deep that, I mean, there's been other candidates, aspirants for the position of party presidency. Of course, you've had internal processes that then came to the conclusion that Mr. Rukoro does not qualify to stand for any position for that matter in the party. So what is it that cannot be amicably solved?
Well, I think it's a question of egotism, really. It's a question of, what is the right word? If I was, for instance, Mr. Barry Rukoro, on Saturday, when I heard that the party has decided, the National Council has decided, which is the highest decision-making body, have decided that I will not qualify to stand as a candidate at Congress. I don't know whether he had strategic thinking people within his camp or team. But if I was one of them, I could have advised him to say, listen, relax. Yes, the party highest organ has taken a decision that you are not going to run for Congress, in Congress for presidency. Relax. Let your people, the official delegates as per this list, go and get into the venue. Silently, peacefully, let them stand in the queue, let them get into the venue. Let the Congress start. And once the Congress starts and has been constituted, raise your objections through your people inside that venue. That would have been my advice to Mr. Barry Rukoro at that time. Because to cause chaos before the actual Congress starts, you are making it easy for the leadership that are currently there to say, because there is chaos, there is anarchy, we cannot continue. Even the life of the leaders themselves, once they step up there, who could have said that the stone could not have been thrown to either the president or me, myself, or any other body for that matter. So, but your question as to what is it that refuses to die? When I announced my withdrawal, what did I say? I said, so long as we continue to mingle traditional affairs with the NUDO politics, in terms of the OTAs that are now divided within NUDO, we will not have a peaceful NUDO at all, no matter who takes over. Even if it was Mr. Rukoro, he went to the Congress, he became president, this other faction could have said, we are not going to support Mr. Barry Rukoro because he's from this faction. If this faction took over and Mr. Rukoro faction will say, no, we are not going to support NUDO and go vote because we are not from that faction. So until such time that we divorce the two and say, yes, we belong to the various traditional houses or traditional chief for that matter, but when it comes to NUDO, we have something in common as NUDO members. Let's leave this aside. Let's come on the table and just deal with NUDO members, matters. Then it will help. But in the past, why it was not the case is that we were under a single chief. Under the OTA, the Overhead Traditional Authority, starting from Chief Rirwako to Chief Rukoro. So there was no division there in terms of the OTAs within NUDO. But now there is. We have two paramount chiefs. And once that is not removed from the equation, no matter who takes over, it will still be the same. Yes.
Well, Mr. Kauandenge, wait for a quick commercial break and we'll be back to continue this conversation. To our viewers, wait for a short break. Stay tuned.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
Oh, welcome back from the short break. Well, Mr. Kauandenge, just to continue our conversation, there's been several allegations also were leveled against the leadership, where some feel that perhaps the leadership called off the Congress because we didn't want to be held accountable as far as the party's finances are concerned. The party has received millions, and there are those who are claiming that you've not been very accountable. Some are claiming that you are trying to cling on to power. What is your response to such allegations?
I really came prepared today, my good friend, for one reason, and that is that I want the Namibian people to know where the truth lies and where the lies lies. But I always say that lies have short legs. They will die soon anyway. These are audited financial reports, right? Of this party, audited. And I want to say the following. Since 2020, well, this is one, right? And on page 5 of every of these, there is written unqualified opinion, right?
Yeah.
All of 5 of them, unqualified. This is 2020. This is 2021, audited, again, unqualified. Let me just... Now, I don't know whether people understand the terminology unqualified audit opinion. All of them. This is 2021.
Yeah.
This is 2020, right?
Okay.
And this is 2023. We are having one outstanding. This is 4 years, right, of our term as leaders. We are having another one that the auditors are now busy with auditing as we speak for our last term now, to make it 5 in total, so that in our 5-year period, we had audited financial reports. Now, any accountant will tell you that there is no way that a reputable firm will put their signature to a forged document, because their reputation are also at stake.
Yeah.
Once any other accountant take this and start punching the numbers, they will or must be satisfied that this person did their work. And once these reports go to ECN, ECN has its own way of verifying as well as to the veracity of what we presented.
Yeah.
Now, how are we misusing public funds if we have audited financial reports for the past 4 years? And when we took this to the National Council, which is our second highest decision-making body, where they say these reports were rejected.
Yeah.
In the National Council, who is an auditor to reject an audit opinion of qualified accountants that went through our books? All what the National Council did was to ask for additional information in terms of they were not in session at the time, so they were asking, now, how did you spend this? How did you spend this? But the National Council cannot reject an audited financial report. Then we have to get another auditing firm to verify whether this is true or not.
Yeah.
So there is nothing like that, and Mr. Rukoro must just relax.
Yeah. Going forward, enough now with what happened. What is the way forward for the party as far as elective Congress is concerned?
For where we are standing now,
have you met as a leadership yet to decide what is the way forward?
we met
When was that?
last week. Sorry, no, not last week, on Sunday, briefly. Yeah.
Okay.
We are planning to call up the National Council soon. Not the National Council, solely the National Executive Committee soon, so that we can now, because there it was in the heat of the moment, so that we can plan and see now where do we go from here. But as we are saying now, and any legal scholar can tell you that if a Congress is called, is not constituted, the leadership haven't been dissolved, so the status quo then remain.
Yeah.
The status quo ante, as they say, remains.
Yeah.
Ante meaning things as it was.
Yeah.
It remains.
Yeah. So what does the party's constitution say regarding the calling of a Congress? Is there any notice period that needs to be abided by?
Yes.
What is that period?
3 months.
3 months?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to have the resources. We spend over 900,000 in this Congress alone.
Yeah.
So From the look of things, really, and from a realistical point of view, we are 4 months to the national elections.
Yes.
The Congress to be called, the notice must be sent in 90 days, before 90 days, which is 3 months. I don't see the possibility of us having a Congress here this year before the national elections.
Yeah.
Primarily not because the leadership wants to clinch to power. No, Kauandenge has already said, I'm not going to run. I don't know what is this fascination with the name Joseph Kauandenge.
Maybe you want to remain SG.
Irrespective, no, I said I'm not going to run for any positions.
But you remain in your position, ante, just like you said now.
Yes, because of what? Because of the
So if
fiasco.
Congress does not happen, who will be the party's candidate at the elections in November?
That will be decided by another body that we have, the Electoral College, which can be called to come and decide who is going to be the presidential candidate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do you see the party navigating that? Is it not going to cause more friction in the run-up to the elections?
Well, it is unavoidable. The frictions will be there, but people have to ask themselves what is in the best interest of this party. And I'm hearing some saying, no, because who is not there, we are not going to vote for the party. If Barry Rukoro is not there, we are not going to vote in this election. My question to them is simple, right? If you are not going to vote for NUDO because Barry or anybody is not there on the PAL party list or wherever you wanted him to be, will the same candidate comes back next year and run to lead a party that perhaps will not have even a seat in parliament? What will he lead? You know, it's a very short-sighted approach, really, to say that.
Yeah.
Because you want your person to come lead a party that is not even in parliament. How will he sustain that party going forward if you don't vote in this election and make sure perhaps next year there is a Congress where your candidate can come in and win the presidency and run the party as you wish?
Yeah.
So that is short-sightedness, really. So from our side as the party leadership, we want to call for calm among our people. We want to tell them that they must go in numbers as they usually do. They might not like our faces. It's fine. It's a democracy. But the institution is bigger than Kauandenge.
Yeah.
Come next year, I might not be here. I might go and do something else. But you have punished the party primarily because you don't like my face.
Yeah.
Does that really make any sense? So all what we are saying is that with these possibilities coming close to elections, we don't have another 900,000 lying, in our coffers. We also have to now step up the gears in order to campaign vigorously throughout the country for the party. The Electoral College will come and sit and decide who is going to be the party presidential candidate as per the law or the constitution of the party. And then once we are done with the elections, we can see how we can navigate going forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if there were already these issues with the Congress, who says the Electoral College will take place?
Well, I'm confident that the Electoral College will take place because it's a much smaller body. It's a body of 120 NUDO members. The Congress had around 750. This crowd is manageable. And I think really for the interest and in the interest of this party, people are saying it's Kashikururume party, right? And it is. But the same Kashikururume party that you are claiming that you want to protect is the one whose name you are bringing in the mat.
Yeah.
And with the headlines of, like today, Namibian newspaper, of NUDO misappropriate 16 million. Where did we get the 16 million? Seriously. Where is that money? And how did we misappropriate it? And I'm really getting tired with this song of saying, apparently when I'm having this katami is the money that I'm eating. Now, if these people have evidence to that effect, please, the anti-corruption is just across the street. Let them take it there so that they can come and investigate. We have our files and everything open. Anybody can come in.
They are claiming you don't want to give them access to those documents.
Well, I don't want
paperwork.
No. I have no issues with that. Seriously, I don't. But the people must know that audited financial statements can only be declassified by another auditor. Yeah. If you are not a financial guru, how will you know whether this is correct or is not correct. Bring another financial expert, let them go through that and tell you, no, there are discrepancies here. And as I have said, there is no one, no reputable firms that will put their names and their logo on fraudulent audited financial reports. For what will they do that? And some of the people don't understand this. Apparently, we should have distributed 2 weeks ago in advance. That's what Mr. Barry Rukoro is saying. This list. Where have you had a master list of a Congress being distributed 2 weeks before Congress sit? In what political party does that happen? This is one of the most secret weapon, confidential, a document that will bring you, even if a person takes you to court the next day after losing, brings you into problems. So this document is only accessible to 2 people, the SG and the chairman of the organizing committee. And by the way, we know our people. Why would a person need this list to be distributed on social media for him to know whether he's a delegate or not? Does people not know whether they are delegates or not in terms of where their branches is and what structures they are in? So, my friend, no.
So, just lastly, your exit words to those party members who feel perhaps their party is now in limbo and perhaps the road ahead doesn't look so promising. What is your word? Just a quick word from you.
Neutral members, irrespective of the differences that we are having here, will surprise you. Come November, they will go in numbers and vote for their party because they love their party. And they want to protect the legacy of Chief Kashikururume together with Chief Riwako. So to my members and to all the members of NUDO, please, for the sake of our future and our children, you don't like my face, it's fine. You don't like Ushua's face, it's fine. But there is an institution called NUDO. Let's just protect that institution. And then after the election, you can come up with another Congress and remove us. And then we can go, you take over, you do whatever you want to do with the party. Yes.
Okay. Well, Mr. Kauandenge, thank you very much for your time this evening. And we wish you well going forward.
Thank you.
To our viewers, that is from Evening Review team. See you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a pleasant evening.